I know it's a late game, but it was worth it. Hopefully you stayed and watched the end.
Have it all the way, right?
Yeah, very, very proud of our team just to hang in there. Virginia Tech played an outstanding basketball game, and we're fortunate to win. But our guys we just tried to hang in there. You saw Boopy didn't have his legs tonight. He just wasn't his normal self. Shot a low percentage, and then defensively he went himself and tried to get him some rest. But second half we just had to keep him in there because we had no chance to win without him. And of course he delivered late in the game. But great team win. Just incredible finish, and we just try to give ourselves a chance to play the last possession. Fortunately, it went our way, but Virginia Tech's an outstanding basketball team.
What does that say about him that, just doesn't have his best night, but you still trust him in those big moments and he, puts the team on his back?
Well, the first thing you saw, he missed 5 free throws, so he's shooting 92% for the year, and you don't miss 5 free throws at that percentage. They were all short. He didn't miss one long. So, and it's all his 3-point shots, 1 for 6, just didn't have it. But he battled. He's not close. He lost 7 or 8 pounds in a few days, and he just is not. His body was incredible. He put with Curtis Schultz, our strength coach. He put 10 pounds on a muscle in the off season. You saw how strong he was, and all that muscle is gone right now until he can get. So hopefully with 3 or 4 more days of rest until Saturday, or 2 days of rest, I should say. But just for him to be able to play 35 minutes is a credit to him. It just tells you who he is as a player, as a person. He wanted to be out there. We tried to give him some rest in the first half, and then the second half, we just had to ride with him. And he started to play better as the second half went on, and started to make plays for his teammates. Ended up with 6 assists and only 1 turnover.
When you go into that timeout with 2.6 seconds left, are you drawing up multiple plays, or is it get the ball to him and get out of the way?
Well, we did draw a play. We're thinking about throwing it long. We have a couple options, but they called timeout and put Lawal on Corey, and Lawal has a 48-inch vertical leap. So we knew we were not going to win a jump ball if we threw it long. So we just said, hey, let's get the ball to Boopy, and we'll ride with that.
Andy, their physicalness, to what extent do you think that really bothered you guys tonight? Because you guys couldn't really get into transition. You had to be more in the half court tonight than you want to be.
Well, defensively, we didn't get enough stops. We didn't get enough deflections. We only had 5 steals. We just weren't. We made some mistakes defensively. We weren't our normal self. We were a little sluggish at times, and they made some big shots. But it's hard to get out. We're such a good transition team, and if you don't get the stops necessary defensively, it's hard to get out in transition. It's taking the ball out of the basket, it just really hurts you. And we just didn't get enough deflections and steals tonight. We have to do a better job of anticipating, and that's a big key to our team. We're averaging 90 points a game. Tonight we had 77, but I thought against Duke we had some pretty good opportunities, and of course against North Carolina we really get out in transition. So we just have to get back to what we're good at.
To what extent, because of what Jaden did at Duke Saturday, when he follows it up with a double-double tonight, what does that tell you about not so much validation, but just how he's growing into his role and becoming a real factor for your team?
He's improved on both sides of the ball. First of all, defensively. Against Clemson, he had a very poor game defensively, and we had to take him out. Played well against Carolina. Did not play well against Clemson, and then he bounced back against Duke and played his best game of the season. And then tonight he had another double-double. He's improving as a player. He's understanding what it takes to win at this level, to compete, and he's doing a great job. That's why we recruited him. We loved him as a person, a personality. He's a winning player. He makes winning plays. He has an incredible attitude, and he's in the gym every day trying to get better. And being out for 2 months as a freshman to start your freshman year and have a broken wrist and not having any preseason practices, not having any scrimmages, preseason games, the early season games to try to get acclimated to college basketball. It was very hard. His first game was at Mississippi State and played 4 SEC teams in a row, and he wasn't even close to 100%. So now you're seeing the Jaden Tombs that we thought we would see a little earlier prior to the injury, but he's doing a great job really helping us.
Virginia Tech's top 2 scorers, Hansby and Abdallas, came in averaging, I think it was a little over 30 points. Tonight, your guys held them to 16 points and more than that, 6 of 20 shooting. How much of your defensive game plan was built around those 2 guys, and what did you think overall about your defensive performance?
Well, I thought our defense performance was a little below average. You know, it's nice to hold, you know, those guys to the low percentage shooting, which was good, but the other guys really hurt us. So we only made three. Boopie's three at the end was our third three of the game. They made 9, and we shot a high percentage, 48% from the field. But I think there's some things we're going to really work on the next 2 days and defensively, and we'll take some stuff from tonight that we have to get better at.
Coming off a couple tough road losses, there were a couple times that they could have put their heads down during this one, and they fought through that. Just how big is that to have that from everybody on the team, that there is that fighting and they're going to finish it no matter how the
Yeah, we're very proud of our team. We've had a good year so far. We battle. We've been in a lot of close games, won quite a few close games, a couple overtime games again tonight. Our schedule is very challenging. We start with North Carolina, who's ranked 12th in the nation, then we go at Clemson, who's ranked, then we go at Duke, who's 4th and 5th in the nation, then we come back against a very, very good Virginia Tech team, then we got another, Virginia's ranked 15th or 16th in the nation. So our league is really good this year. And we just got, the way the schedule worked out, we played all the ranked teams in the first 5-6 games. And so hey, that's what we signed up for. We were ranked last week as well, and we're not ranked anymore because we didn't win on the road. But this league, including Virginia Tech, there's a lot of NCAA tournament type teams in our league, which is great. And I think you see that. You come to Moody, you're going to see good college basketball this season in ACC play.
When you have a game like tonight that, I mean, obviously the emotional finish, and you've got 2 guys coming back off the flu, missing the Duke game, how much of your preparation for Virginia is simply rest?
Yeah, we won't practice tomorrow. We'll just watch video. Some guys will get some shots up. We need, Boopie might get an IV. I mean, he had an IV yesterday. We've had 7 guys get IVs in the last few days. It's just been one of the, and half our staff got sick too. So it was a little hard to prepare for this game because we had no practices. We just did our best. Coach Mobley had the scout. He did a great job of trying to teach our team what Virginia Tech was going to do, but we didn't have our normal lineup out there. So rest is very important. Mitchell Holmes is not even here tonight. He's a big part of it. He would have played a lot tonight because they're so big. So Mitchell didn't even show up tonight. The sickness started Wednesday, the Clemson game, and went to Thursday, and then of course through the weekend with different guys were getting sick at different times, and some of our staff got sick, and then fortunately the whole team didn't get it, but it's challenging, and I think these college athletes, they go through the same thing that the general public do. Normal college students, the flu's going around, even though their college athletes are in incredible shape, they're not invincible. And I think you saw that this week. These guys just started going down left and right, and it was pretty discouraging, but also very proud of them to bounce back because I don't think any of them were 100% all week.
Because of availability, illness, or what, I don't know, a couple sequences on the floor, you had your 3 freshmen out there, BJ, Jermaine, and Jaden. Was that by design? Is that a field thing? Or is that just like trusting these guys because it was November, now it's January? Yeah,
these freshmen have grown up, and Jermaine played 13 minutes. B.J. Davis-Ray played 19 minutes at Duke and was outstanding. He had 4 points. He doesn't turn the ball over. He played great defense. And tonight didn't play him as much because we went back to our veterans. But Jermaine, B.J., and Jaden were very comfortable, even putting them out together. I think at one point in the Duke game, we had Mitchell Holmes, who's a redshirt freshman, out with those 3 guys on the court at the same. We had 4 freshmen on the court at Duke in Cameron on the court at the same time, and we're very comfortable with that. Sometimes it's time to get the veterans back in. Like tonight, that group didn't rebound. Virginia Tech was able to get 3 offensive rebounds in the same possession, and I get tired of that, so we put the veterans back in. But they've done a great job of helping us and getting better. And then our other 2 freshmen, Billy White III, who's redshirting, and Nigel Walls, who those guys are getting better too. And Nigel's 6'10 and a half, 6'11, and Billy's 6'8, and so we feel great about all those guys and how much work they put in. They're the best freshman class we've ever coached. We've had some good players. you know, we had a lot of good freshmen at USC, and 11 of them played in the NBA, and so, but this freshman class, with their work ethic and their dedication and how much they love the game of basketball, is very special.
Coach, in those special moments, how much are you able to just appreciate it and take it in when something like this comes around?
Well, this is an incredible win. I've had buzzer beaters go in on the losing end. It's terrible. And we've had a couple buzzer beaters here the last 2 years. I lost an NCAA tournament game on a buzzer beater. We won an NCAA tournament game on a buzzer beater, and we're trying to get back to the NCAA tournament to try to win another one of those. Tonight that was just an incredible shot by Boopy. Actually, I don't know what you guys thought when it was about halfway there. I paused and said, "Wow, that might go in," and it sure did. I've also been conference game in the Pac-12, someone hit a 70-footer on us. Took one dribble, and it was almost three-quarters court. The darn thing went in, and we lost the game like that. We made a layup with 1 second left. They inbound the ball, took one dribble, and shot a 70-footer, and the thing went in. So, been on both sides of these. It feels a lot better tonight. But once again, Virginia Tech's a good game, great team. I do want to end this. Our profession, the coaching profession, lost a incredible person. Bill Courtney passed away, the assistant coach at Temple. Bill and I go way back. We played in the summer league at Georgetown University. He played at Bucknell. We played on the same summer league team. Very, very sad. Hearts go out to his family, his two boys. I've known Bill a long time, and a lot of guys. He's going to be missed, and a lot of coaches out there are hurting right now. So, do want to recognize Bill and his family. Okay, thank you.
Did you know it was going in when you left your hand?
Yeah, I did. I missed too many free throws, so I knew it was going in. I just felt confident about it, and it went up and went in.
How are you feeling? Because Coach said that you've been going through it the last couple of days. The whole
Yeah.
team has been. How do you fight through something like that?
Yeah, I was out last game. I was mad about I was out last game, with having the flu. I came back. My energy wasn't there, and that's expected, from being sick and everything like that. But I feel like we kept fighting, and, we came out with that win.
Coach was talking about how you didn't really have your legs tonight. The free throws you missed were short, and you were kind of fighting through a lot. So when you're in the timeout with 2.5 seconds left, is there any part of you that wants someone else to take that shot?
Nah, I told Coach I want that shot definitely. Just having that confidence from myself a lot. I'm going to keep shooting no matter what, sickness or not, but just believing in myself, and our teammates believe in me as well. So, I'm happy I made that shot.
Samet, did you think it was going in when it left his hand?
Hell yeah.
How often do you shoot those in practice a lot?
We work
Running a
on.
play or just screwing around?
I mean, yeah, not to practice actually.
Yeah,
we're
definitely.
working on it.
Yeah, definitely.
How physical was this game tonight with them? Because they really, you guys couldn't get into transition, and you guys get a lot of your offense from getting stops and getting steals and that sort of thing. So how frustrating was this because of the way they were playing you, and maybe sometimes you guys couldn't get it moving yourselves?
I mean, yeah, their bigs was, physical. They were pushing. They were pulling. They were throwing elbow. But I think we fight through during the game, and then, yeah, I mean, let me see. I think their big guy has 4 fouls, so I think, yeah, I did my job. I had just one foul. I wasn't frustrated at all. Yeah. They were just pulling me and pushing me. I wasn't frustrated, but yeah, during the game it was frustrating.
But don't you get that almost every game?
Yeah,
Guys
yeah,
pulling and pushing and
yeah. I'm used to it right now, especially in ACC games.
Boopy, I mean, same question for you though. I mean, for you guys and your guards, I mean, you and BJ and Jerron, you all feed off of getting into transition. You really couldn't get into that tonight. Only 5 steals. So, how did you guys have to kind of adjust to that, knowing this was going to be a different game than the one you want to play?
I definitely think it starts on me. With me, being out with the sickness. I feel like I didn't come in, play my game the exact way because I was trying to gain a pace for myself. Take deep breaths at certain times, not trying to just go out there and burst my energy coming off from sickness. But I feel like as guards, you know, we both, you know, pick each other up, and I feel like we're going to watch film and get better at that as well.
What does this game as a whole say about this team where you guys weren't at your best, but you always stayed within striking distance and then eventually got the win?
I think it shows like if you're battle tested, things don't go your way, and you keep believing in yourself and your team, I feel like you'll come out with the win no matter what. You just got to believe in yourself at all times.
Coach talked about the sickness that has gone through your team over the last week or more. You didn't have Sam and Boopy in the Duke
Yeah.
game. Sam didn't play tonight. Mitchell wasn't here. So for you and Jaden, does that change the way you play, knowing that the front court is even thinner than usual?
I mean, yeah, we're playing for each other, and I mean, Tombs and me, we are looking for each other, and you know, most of the time they are doubling him on the post, and I'm just trying to find him, you know, probably, you know, most of the time they are coming from his man, so you know, most of the time he's wide open, so I'm just trying to find him. And against Duke, I think I did a good job. I just turned the ball over, I think 4 or 5 times. I just need to stop that turnovers, and I think today I had 4 turnovers again. I just need to stop my turnovers.
How much of getting ready for Virginia is just about getting sleep?
Definitely, you know, just getting rest. Hopefully we have our whole team back, getting away from the sickness. But, you know, that's a part of the, you know, the ACC, you know, going through the bumps and bruises of the season. But, you know, these type things I think will mature us as an older group and help us with, you know, the off-court things that's going on. And I feel like it'll help us and make us a better team on the court.
You've done this before. You hit the game winner at Virginia last year. Does this one feel any different considering what you've been through physically in the last week or more?
Definitely. I feel like some things happen for a reason. You know, I feel like God just have to give me that win right there. You know, just God had to. So that was a good one. I appreciate him a lot.
What do you have against the state of Virginia?
Nothing. Both of them are good teams, great teams. You know, I just came up with you know, a shot that I believed in, and it was a game winner, obviously.
Anything else? Have you been on your phone yet? I assume
It's going crazy right now, but nope, I haven't really.